Today, I'd like to talk about something that you can use to earn college credit that you can transfer into WGU called Sophia. I have used Sophia and I completed 10 classes with it. I really enjoyed it. And so for this video, there's a couple of objectives that I'd like to hit. I want to talk about what Sophia is and how it works. I'd like to show you my results so you can see that I've done it. You can see how long it took me to do it. We'll discuss the different types of courses that you can take and how to complete them. I want to talk about transfer credits and what the transcript looks like. I'll show you a copy of my transcript and then just some overall quick tips for finishing quickly. So let's get started. So what is Sophia? Well, Sophia is an online resource that you can use to earn college credit that you can transfer into schools like WGU. Now, it is not a college or a university in itself. It's just a place that has online courses that count as college credit depending on what school you're going to be going to. They have partnerships with schools like WGU. There's a membership fee. It's $100 per month, but it allows you to take as many courses as you want within that month. The only caveat is you can only do up to 2 courses at a time, but you really don't have to worry about that. I'll give you tips on how you can just knock out a ton of credits and a ton of classes. Now, before I actually show you what it looks like as a member of Sophia, I first want to share with you my results. I attended Sophia and I was able to complete 10 courses, and I successfully transferred over 32 of those credits into WGU. Now, the way that I have this kind of broken down is all the way on the left, you have what the names of the kind of course codes are, the actual names of the courses, and how long it took me to complete them. I do want to note that no class took me like a full day to do. If it says 1 day, it honestly took me like a few hours. And then at the very end, obviously that English composition 1 says 82 days. That is how long it took me from the time I started to the time I finished it. But it is worth noting that that was 100% on me, just because I was really struggling with getting the actual touchstones and the assignment done. When you do it, it shouldn't take nearly as long. All right, so next we're going to look at what it looks like from the actual, log on page once you're inside of Sophia. I will say that depending on what school you're going to, because you will indicate that when you sign up, it may look a little bit different. Sometimes they will limit the courses that you can see to just the actual courses that would be accepted at your school. So that's something that's important to know. Just to note, this is the dark theme version of this website. You can do a dark theme or light theme in the settings, but at the top, you'll see the active courses. I don't have any because I completed them. And then after that, you'll see the completed courses. So you're going to see all the courses that I completed while I did Sophia. And at the very end, you're going to see something called inactive courses. Now, you may or may not see this for you. It just depends on if you actually chose to drop out of any of the courses. If you choose not to finish it, then it'll show up there. After that, you can see at the very left, it's going to show you the Sophia course, and then it should show you the actual course that it will transfer into at whatever school you have. So I have WGU, which means you see the equivalent in the other column. And one of the things that's worth noting, as you can see here, is that some courses, you can do more than one course to fulfill a requirement. So I was going to do the public speaking course, didn't work out, I didn't like it, to fulfill the introduction to communications. So instead, I did the workplace communications class, and that transferred over without any issues. All right, so let me pause here because there's a couple of things that I want to talk about. So first of all is trying courses versus taking the course. When you click on the course, if you choose to try it, it gives you the first section that you can do. And then that's it. You just get a little taste of what the course actually looks like and the course material. I will show you that in a second, but that's just kind of a try type of thing. You can try as many as you want to. Just remember that when you officially choose to take the course, when you click that take course button, that means that it is now officially one of the 2 courses that you're taking, and you're going to have to either finish it or you're going to have to drop out of it in order to get that course taken off that list of 2 that you're currently doing. This is just a quick example of what it looks like when you actually choose a course. It's going to be broken down into different sections called units, and so you'll have your challenges, and for some courses you'll have milestones, some courses you have touchstones, but the progress bar is up here, and as you finish that stuff, it'll color itself up there. There's different symbols for what the challenges look like versus the milestones and the touchstones. And then, of course, on the right, you have your score. As you complete stuff, it'll keep up with your score. You must get at least 70% in order to pass the class. Now, there's three different main types of courses that you're going to have to do. I believe every single one of them has challenges. Some of them have touchstones, some of them have milestones. And I will show you kind of what the challenges and milestones look like. I can't really show you anything at all for touchstones, but touchstones are really, really important. So pay attention to what I'm saying here, okay? Unlike everything else, touchstones must be manually graded, which means you do not have control over how long it takes them to manually grade those assignments and give them back to you. So it's very important to know that when you submit an assignment, the website, I believe it says it can take up to 7 business days, but that can change. It changed for me. They sent an email one day saying, hey, it can actually take 10 business days because of, I don't know if it was low staff or just more submissions than usual, but it can always change. That said, I think it's important for you guys to know that that is the maximum. In some cases, I submitted an assignment, it came back like the next day. So it can just depend. But the touchstones, they can be different things. They can be a written assignment. Maybe they want you to make a video. You might have to fill in some type of box or something like that. It's just really important to know that touchstones are manually graded. So be very careful about that. Now, challenges and milestones are very, very different than touchstones. The main feature, that I would call a feature, is that once you finish it, you are instantly graded, just like that. You don't have to wait for feedback. You don't have to do anything else. You finish the course, you're done. Whether that's a challenge or a milestone, practice milestone, whatever it is. Okay. But challenges and milestones kind of work in the same way. So before I show you what that actually looks like, just know that there's kind of two different boxes. You're going to have a section on the left that's going to be the actual question. And then you'll have a section on the right that is the actual study material. And that study material, you can scroll up, scroll down, click on it, all types of things. The courses are open book, so it makes it really, really easy for you to get what you need. The difference between the challenges and the milestones is that in most cases, not all, but in most cases, you have 3 tries to answer each challenge question. After 3 tries, if you still don't get it right, then it'll just mark it as wrong and move you to the next question. But it does give you an answer immediately. You got it right or you got it wrong. Milestones, not only do they count for 3 times as much as the challenge questions, but you don't get a score until you finish the milestone. And I think you only get 1 more time to do it after you finish the entire milestone. So those are much more important. Those are supposed to be like your tests, right? So there is a milestone and then a final milestone, but the final milestone is just like the other milestones. You just, you have to do all the questions in order. Actually, you don't have to do them in order. You can skip around, but you just have to finish the entire thing, and then you will get that grade at the end of that milestone. There is also practice milestones that work similarly to the milestones. It's just that the practice milestones, you can do them as many times as you want, and they're not actually, while they are graded, the grade doesn't count towards your score, your overall score. It just tells you what you got, so you can practice and get an idea of what you may get as your score when you do the actual milestone. As you can see here, I had to blur it out, sorry, but there's 2 different sections. There's the questions on the left, there's the study material on the right, then you have the number of all the questions on the top. That's just kind of an example of what it looks like. It looks like this for both the challenges and the milestones. One last thing I want to cover before we kind of get into the end of it, which is the transcript and the final score and everything, is I want to talk about the actual study material itself. The study material is it's not the best, but you do have options in some cases. So for example, let's say the algebra class that I took at Sophia, there were multiple instructors you can use. So there's a video series by a guy, and then there's a video series by a woman, and there's also PDFs of the entire course. So whatever you prefer to use, you can use it. And you're not locked to just that one resource. Every single time you are looking at one resource, you can always click over in another tab to use the other resource, which is really cool. So if you're struggling to understand the concept from one person, you may have another option, maybe another course or another course instructor, or a PDF that you can read that helps out as well. And I thought that was really, really cool because you don't have that option with anything else that I've seen for some of the other courses and stuff outside of Sophia. So that was really, really cool, and I appreciate that. Also, though, you don't always have the option to have videos. There just may not be any videos for the course. It may only be PDFs. It's mainly reading, but also depending on the course, like there's a database class, you actually get access to a little thing where you can like practice using some of the database commands. So that was kind of cool. It just depends on the actual course itself. I just wanted to show you really quickly what it looks like when you complete a course. So when I completed my algebra course, as you see down here, you have the score, everything in the progress bar is completed. It says congratulations. And then you have an option to immediately click on the unofficial transcript. So you'll get a copy of the transcript if you want it. You can pretty much get it at any time. So unfortunately, it looks like things have changed just a little bit since I attended Sophia, because I saw a message on Sophia's website that was basically saying as of December 1st, they no longer officially send the transcript over to WGU on your behalf. So what used to happen is every time you completed a class, they send it to WGU for you, you're good to go. What it appears is the case now is that you actually have to pay to send the transcript. So they should send you an email about using a service called Parchment, I think it's called, to send the transcript on your behalf. I think it's like $5 to $15, but that does kind of suck a little bit. Remember, it just depends on your school. If you're not attending WGU and you're attending some other school, that school may have a partnership with Sophia that allows you to just get the transcript sent over. You'll have to kind of look it up for your individual school. I will say this though, on the positive side, whenever you request a copy of your transcript, they will always send the transcript with everything that you've completed. So, if you're going to do 10 classes, you don't really have to send it to WGU 10 different times. You can just wait till the last one if you want to, or, send, every 3 or 4 classes that you complete, because it'll always include the other classes. So it's not going to add up to be a whole lot of money if you don't send it every single time. But that is something just to note, that you may have to pay for it to be sent. It just doesn't automatically get sent anymore. And with that, I have 3 tips for you. Tip number 1, I know it's controversial, but look, if your goal is just to complete it as fast as possible, do not waste time watching every single video. Just go do the questions. Just go do the questions. That's it. Remember, it's open book, which means if you don't know the answer to a question, you can just look in that study material and find it. You'll get enough information in the question to kind of lead you towards the section that you need to be looking in. Don't waste time watching entire videos if you just want to get the thing done quickly. Tip number 2 is to open a PDF version of the study material and keep it on another tab, because you have the questions here, you have the study material here. It's actually going to be a little bit annoying trying to click through the links and stuff and find the section that you're looking for in that little box. Okay, it can actually take a while, but if you have the actual study material completely open in a PDF on another tab, it's much faster and easier for you to find the material that you're looking for, rather than trying to find it and click through in that little box. Tip number 3, and this is an important one, do not do 2 touchstone classes at the same time unless it's the only thing that you have left. Remember that touchstones have to be manually graded, which means that if you do 2 touchstone classes, because you can only do 2 at a time, if you do 2 touchstone classes at the same time, you may get stuck where you submitted an assignment for both of them and you can't do anything until that assignment comes back. You don't want to get yourself stuck like that. So just go ahead and maybe do one course that has a touchstone assignment, and then while that one is going on, while you're waiting for the grade, go ahead and knock out the other courses that don't require a touchstone, because you can get those done on your time and get them done as fast as you want to. Now, I have had at least one person tell me that you can actually talk to Sophia and get them to unlock a 3rd course. I don't have any experience with that. I never did that. Personally, I would say, just to be on the safe side, don't make the mistake of starting 2 touchstone classes at once. Just keep 1 touchstone class and then 1 class open that allows you to do something that only has challenges and milestones. That's it. Hopefully I've provided enough information to give you guys a good starting point, give you the information that you need to attend Sophia. If you have any questions or if you have any comments or suggestions, go ahead and post them in the comments below. That's it. That's going to be the end of the video. Good luck to you guys if you're going to use Sophia, if you plan on going to college, whatever it is that you plan on doing. I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you on my next video.